I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting pretty sick of the Rays. I'm sick of their crappy stadium. I'm sick of their arrogant manager. I'm sick of them throwing at our guys. And most of all, I'm still pissed they killed Steve Irwin. Look, the Yankees need to do whatever it takes to get it done against Tampa this weekend. I am sick of losing in that building. On Sunday, the Yankees finally got their first home run from Gleyber Torres, a 411-foot shot into the left field bleachers against the Washington Nationals. But there is one guy that we're still waiting on for the first long ball of 2021, and it is the Major League Home Run Champion of 2020, Luke Voit. 2020, despite being such a short season, was Luke Voit's best season as a professional. 277 average, 22 home runs, 52 RBIs. He finished 9th in the MVP voting. He had a 948 OPS. The man is an absolute beast. He works the count. He can hit for contact. He'll use the whole field. And he's not a guy who's going to go out of the strike zone most of the time chasing those sliders in the dirt like we've seen all season. This probably means that we're also done seeing Mike Ford have terrible at-bats for a while. God, he's just been awful. I was a huge supporter of Mike Ford and hoped that the Yankees would call him up. And he's done a nice job on defense. He's actually saved Gleyber Torres defensively. Gleyber still throws the ball in the dirt occasionally, and Mike Ford's over there to pick it out. But Mike Ford cannot hit anymore. I don't know what happened over the past couple of years, but he's just been terrible. Now a quick word from the sponsor of today's program, Manscaped. People say to me all the time, Derek, we love your show. How can we support it? How can we help you grow? And the answer is pretty simple. Groom your balls! Support for NYY Recaps is brought to you by Manscaped, who are the world champions of below-the-waist grooming. Manscaped just launched their 4th generation trimmer, the Lawnmower 4.0. You heard that right, 4.0. This thing has a cutting-edge ceramic blade to reduce grooming accidents thanks to their advanced skin-safe technology. This upgraded trimmer includes a multifunction on-off switch. A multifunction on-off switch! That can engage a travel lock so it won't get turned on in your suitcase.
My suitcase was vibrating.
9 times out of 10, it's an electric razor.
Look, if you're using the same razor for your face that you're using on your bollocks, you're doing it wrong. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code NYY Recaps at manscaped.com. That's 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com. Use the code NYY Recaps. Now, in case you missed it, the Yankees have a 22-year-old prospect that is causing a bit of a stir because he's got 6 home runs in his first 5 professional games. 22-year-old Trevor Hauver. He's a second baseman. He's playing for the low-A Tampa Tarpons. He was a 3rd-round draft pick. Now, he's not a guy that you expect to come up and help the major league team right away, but a guy who gets off to this good of a start using wood bats against pro pitchers for the first time is definitely somebody you should keep your eye on. I think it's interesting that the Lucas Litke experiment is working out as well as it has. This guy had not pitched in the major league since 2015, and so far this season, out of the bullpen, he's pitched 19 1/3, pretty quality innings. He's 2-0 with a 3.26 ERA. He's got 19 strikeouts. He's got just 3 walks, and if you go look at his baseball savant statistics, they're pretty much incredible. He's in the 97th percentile of hard hit percentage. He's in the 96th percentile of fastball spin. He's in the 94th percentile of average exit velocity. It'll be interesting to see what happens to Lucas Litke once the bullpen gets back to full strength and Darren O'Day and Zach Britton are back. You know, maybe somebody else needs to go on the injured list at some point, but if I'm the Yankees, I'm holding on to Lucas Litke as best as I can. Okay, it's time for the interview. You know this guy as Joe's McFly from Pinstripe Strong, from John Boy Media. He is one of the best to do it. He is an Uber fan like myself, and I can't wait to talk baseball with this guy. I want to take a minute to talk about Dennis the dog because I saw you posted about Dennis. I'm an animal lover. So tell us about Dennis and how people can help.
Dennis is my dog. It's a beagle dog of mine. I had him since he was like super small, like a baby. Like he was just weeks old, probably a little bit too young to even be given away from the mom. And me and my roommate at the time, which is my best friend now, He's always been my best friend. Anyway, so we ended up going half on this beagle, this beautiful purebred beagle, and he was really nice and all of that stuff. And he got older. He moved with him because he has a nice house with a big backyard where this guy could just run. Because I'm telling you, having this dog in a in a Bronx apartment did not work because this guy is high energy. So I'm used to him being like real happy and all of that stuff. And then, you know, you're pet lover, so you know if there's ever any kind of surgery or anything that needs to happen to a pet, a dog, you know, anything, it's super expensive. So it's
Right.
like, so now we're trying to come together to try to put that all together and have Dennis be okay, you know, and be able to live a happy life, you know.
Well, to my audience who's watching this, please take a minute to check out the link in the description to see if you can help Dennis out. What are you optimistic about having watched basically a month of Yankee baseball? How are you feeling about this season so far?
Pleasantly surprised about the rotation with Kluber. I think if you'd have told me that, you know, Kluber is giving me basically around a 3 ERA with his record, I think he's, what is he, 2-2 now?
2-2, about a 3 ERA. Yeah.
Yeah, about a 3 ERA, and I could have that. And Tyone is doing, you know, what he's doing. You know, his last outing, he was into the 7th inning, I believe.
I think he went 6 and a third, maybe
6 and
2 or
he
3
went into the
runs. Yeah.
7th. Yep, he went into the 7th inning. So it's like, if I'm able to have that, and then now Severino's coming back pretty soon, like I could be optimistic about that. I can also be optimistic about the lineup, because the fact that this team is still where it's at right now, you know, they're 18 and 16 now, so they're 2 games over 500. So if they can, you know, they basically did all this without offense. I mean, if you really think about it, and I'm just thinking how crazy it's going to be when they start getting rolling. You know, once they start getting rolling, then it's like, oh wow, okay, this is going to get real crazy. We might start rolling off like some crazy winning streaks.
Yeah, I saw that they have a 102 OPS plus as a team. So they're basically just above league average. And this is definitely projected to be a way better than average
Wait,
offense. But it seems like
yep.
Major League Baseball has kind of screwed up the baseballs. What are your thoughts on the baseballs?
Just stop messing with them, man. Like, you're doing like a lot of stuff, bro. And I seen something earlier where actually a buddy of mine, he actually retweeted it. And it was about how hitters now have a lower, you know, launch angle than what they have in recent years. And I, you know, I'm not surprised by it. And I am seeing that people are hitting more for line drives and things like that rather than homers. So I mean, it's fine, I guess, but I mean, how many no-hitters have we almost seen this year, and how many no-hitters have we seen already? I mean, that's crazy.
It's almost taken the specialness away from no hitters when there's one every week, right? I mean, I feel like once a week so far this season there's been a no hitter, whereas usually there's like 2 or 3 in a season. So it's just
Yeah.
kind of made them a little less fun for me.
You know, congrats to the people that got them, right? I mean, it's not easy,
Yeah.
at all. But it's just hitting has not been, at least not yet. You know, maybe things starts to even out once the weather starts getting warmer and things like that. But it's not, it doesn't seem, I don't know, it's way different than what it was. I think last year at this time, the offense was still up, you know, at least higher than what it is currently. So we'll see. We'll see if it ends up going crazy and we have a insane summer where things are flying, you know, balls are flying out of the park. That might have that may still happen soon. You remember me.
Now, let's say I hooked you up to a lie detector or gave you a shot of sodium pentothal to get you to tell the truth. How are you actually feeling about this Rays series this week? The Rays have given the Yankees a lot of trouble. They're below us in the standings right now. The Yankees have been playing better as of late, but going into that ballpark still gives me the kind of heebie-jeebies.
Yeah. I feel, I mean, you give me the truth serum and stuff like that. Yankees don't like to play there, you know, at Tampa, that trop, that I call it the trash trop, you know, and
I
I'm
call
sure
it
that I'm sure,
Tropicana.
yeah, right. And I'm sure the Rays players are probably like, yeah, I feel the same way. But I think this time around, um, Yankee pitching is doing well. Um, and we're gonna get Luke Voit back. That's huge. You know, Giarchella's coming back, so let's go. And I'm hyped for that. So I think that, you know, all of those, the culmination of all of those things, I think we might see a turn in this series. Yankees haven't been doing well at Tampa at all, like at all. But I need Judge to get it going, bro. I need Judge to get it going a little bit, man, because it's he's been struggling, bro. And Giancarlo, stay hot, bro. That's the only thing, you know. Stay hot and everybody stay healthy, which is the craziest thing around this time. Like the biggest knock on the Yankees that they haven't been healthy, and they've been relatively very healthy, right? So
Yeah, I mean, if you had bet me $1 million before the season that the Yankees' problem was going to be offense, I would have taken the bet.
yeah,
Right? If you said everybody's going to be healthy, but the
yeah,
Yankees are not going to be driving the ball out of the ball, even though they're basically leading the league in home runs,
they are.
nobody's hitting that many home runs. I mean, they're down and they're not hitting for average. That's partially the shift. It's partially guys with the spin rate throwing 100 out of the pen and things like that. But I would have taken that bet, man. What are your thoughts on Clint Frazier? This dude's hitting like $150. New York seems to love him no matter what he does, but I
Mhm.
think it's about time for Clint Frazier to get going. What do you think?
Yeah, we were talking about it yesterday on the Pittsburgh Strong podcast, which is our podcast. And we do like the recaps and stuff like that. And we're like, you know, Clint, you got to get it going, bro. Like that's it. You got a super long run in playing time. You know, the Yankees have given you ample opportunity. You know, and of course he's been playing better in the outfield and probably diving for balls he probably shouldn't be. But anyway, it's still, you know, he's still out there. He's grinding. So I like that. But you gotta hit. You gotta hit. Maybe the bat will come around. Maybe I think something will happen where if he does get sent down, but somebody has to push him. I'm a very big proponent of same thing with Gary. I'm a big time Gary Sanchez guy, right? But my thing is that there shouldn't be anybody's position on that field that doesn't feel that feels too safe, right? Like everybody should be able to be pushed at every position, man. Whether that's Glaber at short, which you know he's coming around, hit his first homer, that's good. Whether Gary with Higgy and you know anybody really. So maybe somebody, whether it's a Florial, I don't know, or even Andujar pushes the envelope. I don't know if I want Andujar in left field to be honest, but maybe he pushes the envelope and is like, you know what? Let's just switch him out, or maybe the Yankees say, Clint, like maybe this is not working out. We're gonna have to get a left fielder, which is insane to me. I wasn't even thinking about getting a left fielder via trade. That's like, you know, the last thing I was thinking about. I was thinking starting pitching.
On trades, that's something I wanted to talk to you about because you stay pretty in tune on the needs of the ball club. Let's say that Brian Cashman gave you the keys to the kingdom for a day, said, make whatever moves you want, just leave her in nice shape when I get back. What's the main move that you're going for? Who are you trying to get?
Oh, Cashman, don't give me those keys, bro. Because anything that the boss told you not to go over, I'm going over, bro. Because I'm gonna be like, all right, go ahead, get me Max Scherzer, get me all of those things. Obviously, that's not realistic, because the Yankees are probably not gonna go over the threshold. Unfortunately, I think they got like $5 million, $4 million, $5 million a room. Um, I want to say starting pitcher, but I kind of want to see what Sevy is first before I'm doing that, right? And I'm not of this. I don't know if you even talked to people that said, "Oh, put him in the bullpen." I'm super against that. Okay,
Likewise.
I think he needs to be in the starting rotation. He needs to be learning from Kluber and Cole how to be an ace. He needs to be there. And he probably fashions himself that way too. Um, I don't want to say relief corps because I think that the bullpen is in really good shape with Britton coming back too. And Peralta seems to be like a find. He looks good.
I like his changeup, man. I like his changeup.
I just like I like his stuff. He looks good. I'm like, yo,
He
they
throws
just let this guy
96.
go.
I had no idea this guy threw 96. I thought he was going to be like a.
Me either.
In baseball, they have a term for certain lefties, guys who throw changeups but don't really throw that hard. They call him a pie thrower because they kind of throw the palm at the ball.
Mm-hmm.
And I figured he was going to be a pie thrower. I'm like, we traded Mike Tauchman for some pie thrower from San Francisco, and this guy's out here throwing 96 with a sick changeup. I think he's going to do a nice job for the Yankees. I like Herman Marquez out of
Marquez
Colorado.
would be insanely good too if we can get him. That'll take some prospects to get. They'll probably want to ask for Gleyber Torres because everybody does. And
I know everybody's been talking about Luis Castillo, but he's not having a great year.
He's not having a great year, and they're going to want a lot for him. That's the thing. Like, I don't know if the Yankees are going to go super top of the rotation. Let me go ahead and add, because they feel like they kind of have it with Cole. And again, that's what I'm saying. I want to see what Severino is coming back.
Yeah.
That could be, I think that the Yankees will do something. But going back, I mean, if we need a left fielder, because the Yankees haven't really gotten too much outfield production. If we need a left fielder, Joey Gallo's kind of out there, man. Like, I'm just, I'm putting it out there. Like, he looks good. There's different outfielders out there as well, but I mean, I would hate that that's like a route that we would need to go, like, for an outfielder, but he is out there, and dude's a really good outfielder as well with a crazy arm.
Yeah, and I know that Brian Cashman likes those hard contact types, and he's a very hard contact.
Oh yeah, he'll destroy Yankee Stadium. Oh man, he will destroy.
I like the thought in my head, the imagination of watching him hit one of those moon shots that lands 3/4 of the way back in the bleachers during a full crowd in October, just going bonkers, and then seeing the Joe's McFly reaction on Twitter the next day.
That night, you'll see it.
Nice. I appreciate your time, man. I look forward to more of your work. Have a great rest of your season. Let's go Yanks.
No problem. You too, man. And thank you so much. Appreciate what you did and, having me on. And also, for mentioning Dennis. I know that's something that you don't even need to mention. We do Yankee stuff and all that, but I appreciate that already.